Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a simple routine, very quick for your hips and your hamstrings. I had figure skaters in mind when I made this video, but this video is for everybody. It's a great way to increase flexibility in those hips and hamstrings. We're going to be going through some simple movements here. So if you're ready, let's get right into it. We're going to be starting off in an easy pose. We're going to reach our arms up, taking a nice inhale, and then exhale, coming down with our head and our upper body, and then slightly lifting up and down. So moving like a wave here, just adding some movement to our body before we hold this stretch. And now just bring yourself all the way down with your head and just rock side to side. Very nice and gentle movement here. Now begin to slowly bring yourself back up to seated. And we're just going to switch out those legs and repeat that one more time. So inhale, reach your arms up, lengthening in that spine. And then exhale, make your way down. And we're just going to come up again and then down. Nice wave-like movement here. Just have fun with it. Be free. And one more. Now bring your head down and let's rock ourselves side to side with our upper body. Just bringing ourselves to one knee and then the other. And now roll yourself up. Coming back to seated, we're going to bring our hands behind us and our feet to the mat. Legs are hip width apart. We're going to take windshield wipers with our knees. So just gently bringing them to one side and then the other. Just getting some internal rotation in those hips. And last one. Now let's just hold on that one side, bringing our front leg into a right angle as well as the back leg. And then we're just going to stay here and then move ourselves to the other side, trying to keep that nice right angle on each side. Once again, working with that internal rotation of your hip, just warming them up, creating some mobility. And just gently going from one side to the other. There's no rush here. And the last one. Now we're going to come back to our seated position with our hands behind us, then bringing our feet together, opening up our knees into a butterfly pose. And all we're going to do is just open and close with our knees. Once again, this is a very gentle movement, so it's not very quick, and you want to make sure that you're using your muscles to close those knees. So feel a little bit like somebody's pulling them down when you try to close them. And a few more. And last one. Now hold your knees open, come back to a more seated position, bringing your hands around your feet. We're going to take a few circles in this butterfly pose. So it doesn't matter which way, just try to inhale at the top, exhale as you come around. Moving very fluidly here. And let's take one more circle. And then we're going to take it the other way. So fluidly going down and around, maybe adding some head movement here if you'd like. Nice inhale, exhale around. And last circle. And then just coming back to center. Inhale, lengthen in that spine. Exhale, we're going to come down in this butterfly pose. You can continue to hold your feet or your ankles, or even bringing your hands out in front of you. And let's just take a few deep breaths here. We're almost there with finishing this pose. Maybe see if you can go a little bit lower. Maybe you can open those knees a little bit more. And now let's just take our last breath here. And then slowly begin to bring yourself back up. Let's bring our hands behind us again. And then let's just bring our knees together, coming to our all fours position. Coming to our child's pose and just holding here. And then inhale, start to roll out your spine. Exhale, we're going to arch our back, coming back to our child's pose. So taking a few spinal rolls here. Just moving fluidly, chin to your chest as you round it out, then looking up as you arch it back. And moving forward again, and then arching it all back. And now come back to your all fours position. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, let's come to a down dog. First, walking out our legs here. Maybe you want to add some hip movement or some side body movement. Just see what feels good here. Good, now bring your heels down. Now let's add a little bit of movement here to warm up our bodies more. We're going to come down to our bear pose and then back to our down dog. So hovering those knees, then stretching the legs. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down. Really engage those abs, finding your TVA muscles. And down. Back. And down. And stretch. And down. Inhale. And exhale down. And now hold it here. Now begin to walk yourself forward to your hands. We're going to warm up those hamstrings a little bit again. We're just going to slide our hands up to our knees, nice flat back, and then back down with our head into our forward fold. You can come down to your forward fold with your knees bent if this feels too intense. And just inhale as you come up halfway. Exhale as you come down, forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale down. Gently coming up and gently coming down. And halfway up and back down. And now just hold. And now just bring your feet out to the outsides of your mat. We're going to open up our feet as well. And we're going to take a nice Malasana squat here. And then stretch our legs. So keeping your hands down. You can always use yoga blocks if you need the extra support. And stretch one more time. Now come back to that squat as low as you can. Bring your hands to your heart and we're going to stretch up to standing, bringing our arms around. So inhale down, exhale stretch. Try not to lose your balance like I did. Down and stretch up. Take a nice inhale, exhale up. And just coming as low as your body allows. If you can go really low, that's great. If you can just come halfway, that's also fine. And again, inhale down, exhale, stretch up. And coming down and just holding here. You can bring your hands down. You can pop a yoga block under your bum if you need the extra support, or a pillow. Wherever you are, just hold. Maybe you want to bring your elbows to your knees to create a little bit of an opening in those hips. And let's take a nice last breath here. And now just begin to release. We're going to bring our hands back to the mat, and we're just going to stay on our left side, keeping our left leg bent and stretching our right leg behind us into a nice lunge position. Bringing our knee down, tucking our toe under, and opening up that left foot a little bit more. Now we're just going to hold here, and then we're going to lift our left arm back and then bring it back down. You're going to go down in your elbow as you do that. So bringing it back, then down into your elbows, you bring the arm forward. Just adding some movement here, and down. And one more time, and down. Now come back to center. You can stay here, or if you feel really good, you can come down to your elbows. Now you don't need to stay here. You can rock side to side. You can go up and down in a nice pulsing action. Just see what fits you most. And just keep breathing, taking nice deep breaths here. Really trying to focus on that breath here. Trying to focus on releasing within your body. And of course, if anything is really painful, just do it a little bit less. Maybe come up a little bit higher, or release out of this position completely. Take a break, come back when you're ready, or move to the next side, or take a nice child's pose. Just do what feels right for your body. Now let's keep holding here. Good. Now come back to your hands, releasing out of this pose, and we're just going to take a few rocks back and forth, just taking a gentle movement to release any tension in those hips. They might be a little bit sore still. And now just tuck your toe under, lift your back knee, and just come back to a nice plank, and then switch sides, dropping your knee down, opening up that right foot. Let's lift our right arm up and then down, coming down into that elbow, reaching back and then down into that elbow. Reach a little bit more and then come down forward, and one more time, reach back and down forward. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to center, either staying here or coming all the way down to your elbows. Adding a rock side to side if you'd like. Adding a pulsing action up and down with your hips. Or just staying still here and focusing on that breath. And let's release out of this pose. Bring our hands back to the mat if you were down on your elbows. And we're just going to rock our hip back and forth, releasing any soreness. And now just lift your back knee. And then just bring yourself into a plank and then into your downward facing dog. Maybe you want to walk it out here a little bit. And now just begin to walk yourself forward to your hands. And now just bend your knees. Let's come to a nice seated position, stretching our legs forward. And we're just going to inhale, reach our arms up to the sky, lengthening. Exhale, coming down to this forward fold. And again, coming all the way up, reaching, and then all the way down. You can keep your knees bent for this position. Inhale again, reach up, and exhale down, and reaching up. And then exhale down, but not going all the way down. We're going to move our feet a little bit, so pointing one side and flexing the other, and just keep switching side to side. Just adding a little bit of a lengthening movement here into our hamstrings. And now let's just come all the way down as far as we can with our body. You can also move side to side here, or adding a little bit of a pulsing action. Just make sure if you're pulsing up and down that it's nice and gentle, so you're not hectically going up and down, because that would add a little bit of a strain to your hamstrings. And of course, you can keep your knees bent. And with each breath, maybe try to bring them a little bit lower, maybe centimeter by centimeter. And now just roll yourself up back to seated. Let's just shake out our legs a little bit. Just releasing any soreness. Bending our knees. Let's just inhale, reach forward. Exhale, lowering down to the mat. Taking our last and final hamstring stretch. We're going to reach with our hand to our right leg. And we're just going to flex our foot and point. Just keep doing that. You can grab wherever on your leg, under your thigh, knee, or calf, keeping your free leg bent or stretched. And now let's just pulse out that leg towards our body. Very nice and gentle movement here. Now just hold. Maybe keep a little bit of a bent knee here. And then let's pulse it out again. And now hold again. And now maybe try to stretch a little bit more. And then let's just release it slowly, bringing that foot onto the left knee. And we're just going to come to our four pose, either grabbing above our knee or under. Just bringing everything to our chest. Stretching out that outer hip once again. And now let's just begin to slowly release, coming to the other side for that hamstring stretch, maybe keeping a slight bend in the knee. And we're going to be flexing and pointing that foot, just creating a nice lengthening sensation in that hamstring and the calf muscle. And now let's pulse out that leg, just gently pulling towards your body and then releasing. And hold. And again, let's do those pulses back and forth. And hold again. And just keep holding. I'm just going to mention that I forgot to do the 4 position on the other side in this video. So if you want to pause this video after we're done with this stretch and just hold there for 45 seconds. If not, you can just release and just come with your legs up. And we're just going to come to a full happy baby pose. Opening those knees, opening the hips. You can absolutely grab under your thigh or your knee, your calf muscle, or even your ankles. Or you can do it like I am with my hands to the outsides of my feet. And let's find those deep breaths again. Maybe close your eyes here to really enjoy the stretch. Last few breaths here. Maybe see if you can go a little bit lower with those knees. And now just begin to release those legs back up, then bend your knees. And let's just grab a hold of our knees, taking circles around with our knees, going outwards and in. Very small circles here, and moving slowly. And now let's take it the other way. So circles in the other direction. And then release. Let's just roll ourselves up because we are finished for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope this stretching routine helps you, and I'll see you all next time.